Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is David Cashman, and I am with SEB Housing, and this is the lottery for the Belstead in North Attleborough. I am going to just give you a little bit of background about how the lottery is going to be conducted, how many households were in the lottery, some information about what to expect going forward, and then I will run the actual lottery. And I will share my screen throughout this presentation so you can see some of the things I'm talking about. You can see the lottery drawing as I do it. After the lottery has been run, and actually before I do it, I'm happy to take questions. And then at the end, I'm happy to take more questions if there are some. I would ask households to just to mute yourselves. I am trying to look at a few screens. So if you have a question, actually the best thing to do is just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask it. I know people like to use the chat screen, and that's fine too. But if you, in case I miss it and I'm looking at a few other things, don't feel shy about just unmuting yourself and asking your question. Okay, so let me share my screen. Go. Here. All right, so let me give you a little bit of background here. There were a total of, I assume everyone could see this, there were a total of 336 households in the lottery for the affordable units. 57 of those households qualified for local preference. By that, I mean they indicated that they qualified for local preference when they submitted their lottery application. They have yet to submit documentation proving that they in fact qualify for local preference. As a reminder, local preference applies to households who live in North Attleborough, who work in North Attleborough, or who have kids attending North Attleborough schools. Through the lottery drawing, we're going to be populating 9 separate waiting lists. It is common when households hear the word lottery to think of winners and losers. There are no winners and losers in these lotteries that we run. Every single household who's in the lottery will have a place on at least one waiting list, and possibly more if you applied for various unit types. Really what the lottery does is determine the order that each household will be placed on the waiting list. So again, it doesn't determine winners, it doesn't determine losers. Every single person, all 336 households who are in this lottery, will be on at least one waiting list. The only question will be, where are you on any particular waiting list? So going through quickly, there's going to be local preference waiting lists. Now, let me dispel any confusion on what this means. You don't have to qualify for local preference to be on a local preference waiting list. Let me just say that one more time. You do not have to qualify for local preference to be on a local preference waiting list. All that local preference means is that as between similarly situated households, the household who qualifies for local preference will get elevated, will get priority in the sort that we do as compared to the household who doesn't have local preference. I'm going to show you in a sec a little bit more what I mean by that, but let me just quickly go through. And by the way, this document that I'm showing you on my screen, we will send to you tonight by email, so you will have as much time to look at this and digest it as you need. So don't feel like you have to scribble down notes or memorize anything I'm saying. Everything I'm talking about right here will be sent to you to read through and digest at your leisure. So we have a local preference wait list for 1-bedroom units. There are 19 units, 126 applicants. There's a local preference 2-bedroom list, 29 units, 167 applicants. A local preference 3-bedroom list, 5 of those units, 144 applicants. Then there are general open pool waiting lists, 17 one-bedrooms. Again, 126 applicants. These are the same 126 people up here, but they're going to be ordered differently because when we order this wait list, local preference doesn't factor in at all. There's a one-bedroom mobility accessible unit, 1 unit, 6 applicants. A one-bedroom mobility and hearing impaired unit, 1 unit, 7 applicants. A 2-bedroom mobility accessible unit, there are 2 of those, and 12 applicants here. There's a 2-bedroom hearing impairment accessible unit. There's 1 unit and 1 applicant for that one. And lastly, there's a 3-bedroom mobility accessible unit. There's 1 unit and 8 applicants. So to be on these lists, you have to have indicated in your lottery application that you need the special features of these units, either, you know, the features for persons with mobility impairment, so things like lower countertops or grab bars or roll-in showers. And if the hearing impairment accessible unit, will have auditory features for persons who are hard of hearing or deaf. And if you didn't indicate the need of those features, you wouldn't be on one of these wait lists. You'd be on one of these other ones. So let me just show you. This is from the information packet, which you may have already looked at when you were applying for this opportunity, but this will help illustrate how the wait lists get created. And I encourage you, if you're confused about this at all, to reference back to this information packet. So as an example, okay, just as an example, and by the way, you don't need to understand this, okay? If you don't understand this and you don't want to understand it, that's totally fine. We will be responsible for making sure that the waiting lists are ordered correctly and that each household is placed where they're supposed to be placed. But for those of you who are curious, like how did these wait lists get created? How does this work? Let me just give you an example. So for the 2-bedroom local preference unit, so that's this list here. After we do the lottery drawing, we're going to sort the results. Where households are drawn in the lottery drawing is one factor that determines where they are on a wait list, but it is not the only factor. Household type is another factor. Household type generally corresponds to, if you're a type 2 household, your composition is such that the program says you're someone who really needs 2 bedrooms. So that would be something like a parent and a child, or 2 parents and a child, 1 bedroom for the parents, 1 bedroom for the child. They're appropriately sized for a 2-bedroom unit. Or you could be a type 3 household. The program would say this type of household is a household who needs 3 bedrooms. So maybe that's 2 parents and 2 children, or 1 parent and 3 children, or 1 parent and 2 children. Program would say they need 3 bedrooms. They're appropriately sized for a 3-bedroom unit. And then if you're a type 1 household, you're a household who the program says they really only need 1 bedroom. So that could be like a single person or a married couple, just need 1 bedroom. So when we order this, for example, this 2-bedroom wait list, this local preference, after we do the lottery drawing, I will go through the lottery results and I will go to the local preference drawing and I will take all the type 2 and 3 local preference households. They will be in this first tier. After that, I will go to the general drawing. I'll find all the type 2 and 3 non-local preference households. They'll be in the second tier. Then I'll go back to the local preference drawing. I'll take all the type 1 local preference households. They'll be in the third tier. And lastly, I'll take the type 1 non-local preference households from the general drawing, and they'll be in the bottom tier. Okay, so again, this is in the information packet that was on our website and distributed prior to the lottery. So again, once we send the waiting list tonight, if you get the waiting list and you're thinking like, how did this get ordered this way? Like, I'm just sort of curious. You can look here and this will give you some sense of, oh, okay, you know, like I'm a type 1 local preference household who applied for a 2-bedroom unit. So I know that I'm in this third tier. Okay, so I sort of have some sense of where I'd be in the lottery. Or, you know, I'm a type 3 household with local preference who applied for a 3-bedroom unit. Okay, well, I'm among other type 3 local preference households in this first tier. So that's pretty good. Doesn't mean I'm going to be number 1 or 2 or 3, but it means I'll be above all these other households. All right. So there doesn't have to be a separate drawing. I'm going to skip over that. When I do the lottery, and I do it using random.org, which is an online random number generator, I have to do 2 different drawings. I have to do one for the 57 households who qualified for local preference. So I will take all of those households, this is my local drawing right here. There's 57 households here. I will plop them into random.org. I'll hit randomize, and it will spit out a totally random order. And then I'll go to the general drawing, and there were 336 households. And I will put them in, again, in random.org. I'll hit randomize, and it will turn out a totally separate random order. Then, once this is all done and we've concluded the meeting, I will go about sorting the results onto the waiting list so that I can send them to you by either later tonight or tomorrow. Let me say this very clearly so that there's no misunderstanding. The order that random.org generates, okay, which you can see on my screen here and which I'm going to show you as I do it, is one factor that determines where households are on the wait list, okay? But it is not the only factor. So let me just show you what that means. As an example, while it is generally good to be drawn earlier by random.org, again, it's only one factor. So let's say you're a type 1 local preference household and you've applied for a 3-bedroom unit. If I do the local drawing in random.org and you're the number 1 household, you're not going to be the first household on that wait list. You're going to be behind all of these people, regardless where you were drawn and where they were drawn, because they get priority, okay? If you're a type 1 non-local preference household applying for a 2-bedroom unit and you're drawn first in the lottery, in the general lottery, you're not going to be first on this list. You're actually going to be in the bottom tier. You're going to be behind all these people. So all that random.org does is help me figure out, if you're type 1 with non-local preference, will help me figure out where to sort you as compared to other type 1 non-local preference households. Okay, that's all this random.org sorting does, is tell me, where is this type 1 non-local preference household going to be compared to other type 1 non-local preference households? But you're still going to be behind all these people. Okay, so I'll do the drawings. I'll show them. If people want to know where they were drawn, they can tell me their number and I'll look it up and tell you. And next steps quickly, and then I'll get on with it because I know I've been talking for 15 minutes. We'll send you the waiting list. You can find your number on the waiting list. That's the A dot blank blank blank. So A100, A200, whatever it is, that will show you where you are on as many waiting lists as you applied for. If you're in green, that means you're definitely going to be invited forward in the next step of this process. If you're not in green, it means you're going to have to wait and see what happens with households ahead of you. Generally, you'll be in green if you are in, if there are like 30 units on a wait list and you're in the top 30, you'll be in green. If you're outside the top 30, you won't be in green. Now, if you're not in green, does that mean you're definitely not going to move forward? No, you very well might. There are still a number of steps that need to happen before households can actually lease a unit. And typically, leasing offices need to invite anywhere between 3 to 7 households for each available unit to fill them. So if you're not in green, don't despair. You very well might still get a call. Next step in this process is to be determined lease eligible by the leasing office. That's not SEB housing. Okay, we work with the leasing office, but we don't do lease screening. So we're not looking at things like your credit history or to see if you have what your tenant history is or things like that they look at. So they will look at those things. Being eligible to be in the lottery does not mean that you're lease eligible. A household could have terrible credit and be denied at the next step in the process with the leasing office. If the household is eligible for a lease, meaning they meet the leasing office's lease screening criteria, and they're high enough on the wait list, they can reserve an available unit. And the leasing office will tell you and show you which units are available on each waiting list, so you can figure out which one you want. And they will go about assigning them according to where you are on the wait list. So having the number one position on any given wait list is a benefit, because it means that you'll be able to select any of the units. So as an example, if you are the number one household on this list for a one-bedroom unit, the leasing office will show you their one-bedroom units, and you'll be able to say, I like, unit, 100 the best, and that's the one I'd like to take. If the next household on the list wants unit 100, they're unfortunately not going to be able to get it because the first household took it. So they can choose from any of the remaining units that are not unit 100. If a household is lease eligible, then you come back to SEB, that's my company, and we do the full program screening. And that's where you have to provide us with your income, asset, and tax documents to demonstrate that you're actually program eligible. So to put you in the lottery, we just accepted whatever you put on your lottery application, right? If you said, hey, my name's Joe Smith and I make $61,000 a year, we took you at face value. But if you get to this step of the process, you're going to have to actually produce your taxes and your pay stubs and bank statements and things of that nature to prove that you in fact make $61,000. And we'll go back and forth with you and work with you until you're done submitting all the documentation that's required. Before the lottery, you got a document guide that told you what was going to be required of you. So hopefully you've started to collect some of those things and have them handy for if and when you get to that step. And if you're eligible with SEB, then you can sign a lease. All right, I've talked for almost 20 minutes here. I'd like to move forward and do the lottery. Are there any questions before I do it? Please speak up if there are. And if not, that's okay. I'm going to take more questions after we do the lottery too. So if something comes up then, I can take questions then. Okay, so let's get to it. We're going to do the local drawing first. So here are my local preference households, 57 of them. I'm going to copy them. I will paste them in here. And I will hit randomize. Put them right here. Like I said, it goes kind of
We can't
quickly.
see anything.
You can't see anything?
No, I don't think you're sharing the current screen that you're on.
Oh. Have I not been sharing this whole entire time?
No, you have. Like, we can see the document, but the randomized website. I don't know if you were going to share that screen, but
Oh, it's on the same screen. Can other people not see it?
someone else sent in the chat that they couldn't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it as well, sir.
Oh.
I can't see it either.
We can't see it at all.
All right, that's a pretty clear indication. Why can't, okay. Let me just try stopping the share for a second, and then we try again. All right, hold on one second here. How about now? Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why that's happening, but okay, you can see it now. All right, so let me just, all right. Okay, so let me do the local drawing now. So you can see this now. All right, so this was, since you didn't see that, let me just slowly scroll through here. Actually, if households want to know where they're drawn after, you can tell me your number and I'll just look it up for you. All right, so this was the local drawing. Let me do the general drawing now. All right, so take my 336 households. Okay, so here it is. Okay, I recognize that this goes fast and there's no way for households to see it. So let's just get to, let me paste this in, and then if households want to start asking me for their lottery number, I can look it up for you and tell you where you were drawn. All right, so go ahead. Does anyone want to know where they were drawn?
I have a question.
Yep.
I don't have an application number, just a reference number.
You don't have an A dot?
No, I only have the reference number. They didn't send me anything with the number on it.
Okay. Let me trying to think of the best way to do this. Sure. Were you eligible for the lottery?
Yeah, I got the email and everything. Just I don't know why I didn't get I can't find it.
Okay. Can you do this, Amanda? Can you email info at sebhousing.com?
Yeah.
Provide your reference number, provide your name, and say, hey, you know, I was given a reference number, but not a lottery number, and then we can look into it. It's probably just the best way to do it rather than trying to figure it out here with everyone on the call.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, Tiffany, I see your hand raised. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering where I fell on the list, A259.
Okay, so you were in the general drawing and you were drawn 72nd. Davis, go ahead.
I am A172.
172. You were 150. No, you were 266 on the general drawing, and 18th on the local drawing. Paola, or Paola, sorry, Paola.
It's okay. A225.
Okay, so you're in the general. A225, 303rd. Paul Wiggins. Sorry, Paul, I can't hear you. Can you say that again?
Oh, it's on A256.
A256. You were 273rd on the general drawing and 45th on the local drawing. Davis?
Yeah, I already have mine. It was I just need to lower my hand. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. There is, let's see, Deborah?
How do I raise my hand?
Deborah, you got to unmute yourself.
A326.
You were drawn 327th in the general drawing, Deborah. 327th.
So that means it's going to be a long wait.
It could be. It could be. You got to wait to see the wait list, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's see. iPhone 2. I've asked you to unmute.
A272.
241st on the general, and yep, so just on the general, 241st. iPad 3.
A109.
170th on the general drawing. That's it, 170th on the general drawing. Tiana.
A277.
You were 69th on the general drawing. And it looks like you weren't in the local. Let's see. Carla. Go ahead, Carla.
A103. You can't hear me?
Oh, I got you now. Yep, 103. You were drawing 208th in the general drawing.
Okay.
Thank
you.
You got it. Sorry if I mispronounced this. Kadiyatu?
Hi, I'm A149.
57th in the general drawing. Looks like you were not in the local.
One quick question. So, Attleborough doesn't apply for local preference.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Attleborough does not qualify for local preference?
It's a separate town from North Attleborough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
But again, sorry about the light in my face. The local preference is just one factor, but it's not the only one.
Right.
So,
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This just shows an L, A.0160. I've asked you to unmute.
160.
Oh, right. A160 was drawn 209th in the general drawing. 209th in the general drawing. Alicia Pierre.
A203.
237th in the general drawing.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Let's see here.
Oh, I'll do it in a few minutes.
Okay. I think all the okay. Speak right up if I've missed you. I think I've gotten all the hands that I can see. I can't see.
No, sir, you missed me.
Okay,
You missed
number,
us.
my number is A010.
Unmute.
Sorry about that. You are, okay, 29th in the local drawing.
Thank you.
And
I'm also here.
108th in the general drawing.
I'm also here.
Okay, yep, sorry. Yep, I promise I'll
Last
get
name is
there.
Angel.
Or just give me your, can you just give me your lottery number?
Sure, 8.080.
080.
Yes.
321st in the general drawing. Looks like you weren't in the local.
I found mine as well.
Okay, go ahead.
341
Were you in the local too, or just general?
local.
57th,
Okay.
and then
I also have A202.
296th. A202. A202, 180th in the general. Yep, not in the local. 180th.
What about 007?
007?
Yes.
You were drawn 93rd. Were you in the local?
No.
Okay. Yep, 93rd.
Okay.
Let's see. Andrea
Can you
Martin.
check mine? It's A066.
066, and then I'll get to Andrea. Okay, 066, 17th in the general drawing. Were you in the local? Oh, second in the
Yes.
local.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrea Martins, go ahead.
A30.
030. Okay, so not in the local, right?
No.
Okay. And in the general drawing, you were drawn 132nd.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Let's see. Who have I missed? Who still needs their number?
A233.
233. Were you in the local?
No.
No. Okay. 233 was drawn 290th.
Thank you.
You got it. Who else?
A145.
145. Local or no?
No.
No. Okay. 145 was drawn 259th. Who else? Anyone else?
Yes, A137.
Oh, sorry. Let's go with the woman, and then Dan, I'll get to you next.
Okay.
The woman who just spoke, could you say that again?
A137.
137. Local or just general?
General.
65th. 65th. Dan, go ahead.
I'm in a wheelchair, so I applied for a handicap unit.
Okay.
A232.
Okay, you were drawn 294th in the general drawing. But again, there were really not that many households who applied for the mobility accessible units, Dan. So just wait and see where you are on the wait list, okay?
Thank you.
You got it. Who else? Anyone else?
A332.
332. Oh, we got to change one digit here. Local or just general?
General.
Wake up.
A332 was drawn 166.
Thank you.
You got it. Judy?
Yes.
Oh, did I get you already or no?
Yes, that was just me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
Who else?
033.
033. Local or just general?
Local.
Okay. So in the general, you were drawn 231st. And in the local, you were drawn 56.
Thank you.
Yep. DJ?
Hi, A233.
Were you in the local or just the general?
General.
Got it. 290th.
Thank you.
You got it. I see an iPhone here. I don't know if I got to this hand yet.
A200.
A200, Lisa. Local or just general?
Local, please.
Okay, so first is the general. You were 154th.
Okay.
And in the local, you were 35th.
Thank you.
You got it. Who else can I get?
I have a quick question. I had to reach out and get my application number because they had the wrong email on file. Do you think that they updated my email when I reached out to them?
Yes, they should
So
have.
I'll get like the right, I'll get the lottery list when you're all set with it.
You absolutely should have. They should have. The admin should have done that. But I'll tell you what, if you don't get the lottery list by noon tomorrow, email us and say, I think you failed to update my email. Sound all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Hey, you check A230.
A230?
General.
General. Got it. A230 was 37th in the general.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yep, absolutely. Anyone else?
Wait, I actually missed the rules. What happens? Like, what does the numbers go by if it's like 1 through like 50?
A227.
Clinton, hold on a second. Let me just get numbers for households who just want their number, and then I'll hang with you for a sec after, and I can explain a bit more. Sorry, what was that, ma'am? A227?
Yes, sir.
Okay, were you in the local or just the general?
I'm not positive.
Okay, 62nd in the general drawing. Okay, yep, 62nd in the general drawing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You got it. Anyone else?
Have a nice evening.
Thanks, you too. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Yep.
A41.
A04. Local drawing or just general?
Local.
Okay. Let me tell you general first. You were 68th. And in the local, you were 21st.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Hi.
Yep.
A302.
A302. Were you in the
Yes.
local or just the general?
I think it's general. I'm not sure.
I'll check. 240th in the general.
Yes, I think.
And yep, just the general.
General. Yeah, I just have the A302.
Okay, yeah, you were drawn 240th in the general drawing. Again, that's not the wait list, okay? That doesn't mean you're in the 240th position. That just is one factor I'll use when making the wait list.
Quick question for you.
Yep.
If they're on the local wait list as well as the general wait list, are they like essentially on two different wait lists, or is like it just goes like local preference for it's one wait list for the 2 bedrooms and locals just first and then the general people file in?
You want to know specifically for the 2 bedrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's how this will work. Can you see this screen right here?
I can.
Okay. So once this is done, I will go into the local, here's the 2-bedroom list, right? So I will go into the local preference drawing and I'll take all the type 2 and 3 local preference households in the order that they were drawn in random.org, and I'll populate them as the first tier of households. Then I'll go into the general drawing and I'll take all the type 2 and 3 non-local preference households. So not these people, I'll weed them out, right? I'll sort it so that they don't get double counted. I'll go to the general drawing, I'll take all these people and put them in the second tier. Then I'll go back to the local drawing, take the type 1 households in the order that they were drawn in the local drawing and put them in this slot. And then I'll take then I'll go back to the general drawing, I'll take the type 1 non-local preference households and put them in the lowest tier. Now, if you're scratching your head and saying, why do we need 2 separate drawings? You would be right. We really shouldn't have to do 2 separate drawings. It's totally redundant, but the program makes us do it. We could do 1 drawing and do the same exact thing. So having separate drawings is just redundant and confusing, but you know, the powers that be require that we do it this way. It'd be a lot more straightforward to just have 1 drawing and say, I'm just going to sort the results from this 1 drawing that I did. But does that kind of make sense, I hope?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, good. And Clinton, you were asking before, I mean, that's generally how this works. I totally get it's a little bit confusing. There's a whole sort that we have to do that takes like, 45 minutes or an hour after we do the drawings, where we have to go through and figure out where households are supposed to be on the wait list according to these different preferences and categories. And then we'll send you the wait list tonight or by tomorrow morning, and you'll see where you are relative to other households on the wait list.
And do you typically happen to know like how long people have to come up with like their documents and like how long they can be going before you guys move on to the next person?
Well, that's a good question. So remember that the next step is with the leasing office. They will typically reach out to households, invite them to come tour the building, see some units, and submit a lease application. You'll usually have, 5 days to 10 days to do that. I think completing a lease application is pretty quick. If you're high enough on the wait list and you're lease eligible, then you'll come to SEB, that's my group, to do the program certification, and you'll be given 2 weeks to submit all the documents that are needed. And by the way, that's a back and forth process. So if you submit your application and documents and something's missing, we'll tell you what's missing, and then you can find those documents and submit them. So it's not like you just get one chance.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Any other questions? Anyone I missed? All right. Well, I appreciate everyone's time. And I thank everyone for applying. I think it's a great opportunity. I will send you all these documents tonight or by tomorrow morning, so you get the wait list, you get the lottery night handout. We're not going anywhere. If you have questions, something I didn't answer that you want to ask, we can absolutely try and clarify things. And you should expect to start hearing from the leasing office if you're one of the higher households on the wait list pretty soon to invite you to submit a lease application. And by the way, we'll give you their contact as well. So if you're kind of curious, like, hey, when might I hear? You can reach out to them. Just bear in mind, there are a lot of affordable units and a lot of households in the lottery. So it can sometimes take them a little bit to get to all of the households. So please do be patient. But thank you again, everyone. And, best of luck with next steps. And we will absolutely be in touch. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.